Never miss important pension updates.
If we hadn't subscribed to Britain Pension Hub, we wouldn't have known about the pension changes.
If I hadn't subscribed, I wouldn't know if my pension is coming.
Starting from the 24th of July, 2025, UK retirees are waking up to the possibility of receiving a substantial financial uplift, one that could see an extra £6,000 flow into their pockets. This isn't a one-off political gesture or vague campaign promise. It's part of what's being dubbed the Megafund, a bold, far-reaching economic initiative launched under the new Labour leadership with Chancellor Rachel Reeves at the helm. The plan is clear: address the long-standing pension gaps, reinvest in public wealth, and deliver tangible support to those who built this country, our retirees. But how exactly does this Megafund work? Who qualifies for the £6,000? And is it truly as generous as it sounds? The Megafund has been years in the making. Rachel Reeves, long a vocal advocate for fiscal reform and equitable support for pensioners, has anchored this initiative in both economic necessity and moral responsibility. The goal? To harness billions from underperforming or stagnant investments, particularly from dormant pension pots and low-yield government assets, and reallocate them into direct support for those in retirement. With inflation pressing hard on the cost of essentials like groceries, heating, and transport, the £6,000 pension boost isn't just welcome, it's vital. In fact, a study conducted in the second quarter of 2025 revealed that nearly 1 in 3 pensioners in the UK were struggling to meet basic household expenses. These aren't just statistics. They're real people choosing between heat and food, skipping medication because of costs, or falling behind on rent due to frozen pensions. So, how will this new £6,000 injection be delivered? According to the Treasury's outline, released on the 23rd of July, the funds will be administered through a combination of uplifted pension credit payments, a targeted one-off support payment for low-income pensioners, and an accelerated top-up for individuals who missed out on national insurance contributions due to part-time work, caregiving, or extended illness. This means the money will not be doled out uniformly to every retiree. Instead, it will reach those with the greatest economic need, ensuring fairness while maximizing impact. If you're a single pensioner currently receiving less than £203.85 per week, the official guarantee level for 2025, you are already within the scope of this scheme. And for couples earning under £307 per week collectively, the boost could come as early as mid-August. One especially important point is that this new funding mechanism doesn't rely on additional taxation from working families. Reeves and her team have emphasized repeatedly that the Megafund taps into unused, often forgotten wealth sitting idle in financial systems. Pension pots left dormant for over 15 years, many of which belong to people who have no idea they exist, are being brought into the light. These funds, coupled with returns from newly structured green investment bonds, are being funneled directly into senior support. In other words, the money was always there. It just wasn't being used where it was most needed. Now, it's being channeled to the very people who spent decades paying into the system, often without ever seeing adequate returns. The announcement has sparked waves of both relief and renewed scrutiny. Advocacy groups like Age, UK and Independent Age, have praised the Megafund, calling it one of the most practical, far-sighted responses to pensioner poverty in a generation. However, some experts are cautioning that execution will be everything. As with any sweeping policy change, the question isn't just how much money is promised, but how efficiently it's delivered. Many pensioners are still waiting on back payments from the state pension underpayment scandal, a fiasco that left tens of thousands shortchanged for years. For this reason, Reeves has publicly committed to monthly transparency reports starting from the 1st of August. These will detail disbursement timelines, success rates, and any regional disparities that may arise. The economic impact of such a large-scale boost cannot be overstated. Injecting up to £6,000 per eligible retiree will ripple across local economies, with spending on food, health, and home services projected to rise. In rural areas especially, where state support is often the primary financial lifeline, the extra cash means stability. It means an elderly couple in Cornwall no longer fears the winter heating bill. It means a widowed pensioner in Yorkshire can finally replace her broken boiler. It means dignity. But beyond the numbers, this announcement also marks a cultural shift. It suggests that the government is no longer treating pensioners as economic afterthoughts, but rather as central participants in Britain's fiscal future. Yet this kind of change will require personal attention too. Pensioners are strongly advised to review their benefits statements, check their national insurance records, and update their contact information with the Department for Work and Pensions. Many people who qualify for pension credit are still not claiming it over 800,000 eligible retirees, according to recent estimates. If you're watching this and you're over the age of 66, now is the time to act. Checking eligibility takes minutes, and the potential reward is life-changing. And even if you believe you don't qualify, new rules under the Megafund may change that status. The government has confirmed that expanded outreach programs will run throughout August and September, with community advisors stationed in libraries, GP clinics, and council buildings to help retirees complete applications face-to-face. One area where this policy stands apart is its attention to social care. Unlike previous increases, which focus solely on cash benefits, the Megafund includes a dedicated care supplement for retirees who rely on in-home assistance or reside in care homes. This portion of the fund, amounting to £900 million, will go towards subsidizing care worker salaries, improving facility standards, and ensuring that support staff are properly trained and retained. This isn't just about money, it's about quality of life. If you've been struggling to get regular help at home, or if you're concerned about the rising costs of assisted living, this support may ease that burden in tangible ways. Critically, the Megafund also brings good news for women. Older women, particularly those who left work to care for children or elderly parents, have historically been shortchanged by the pension system. Rachel Reeves' policy specifically acknowledges this gap, and the reform package includes an automatic review for women whose state pension records reflect time spent out of paid employment. For many, this could mean not only increased weekly payments, but also back pay for years of unrecognized entitlement. It's a long overdue correction to a deeply embedded inequality, and it has the potential to lift thousands of senior women out of poverty. There's one more aspect that's gaining quiet attention in Westminster: the political signal this sends. The Megafund isn't just a pension plan, it's a message, a statement that Britain's elderly are not disposable and that the promises made to them over a lifetime of contributions still hold value. It reinforces public faith in government systems at a time when skepticism is at an all-time high. Whether you supported Labour in the last election or not, the move by Rachel Reeves is bold, unapologetic, and if implemented effectively, potentially transformative. It reminds us that policy, when done right, isn't just about numbers. It's about people. It's about you. If you're someone who relies on your state pension as your main or only source of income, or if you're nearing retirement age and wondering what the next chapter looks like, this could be the most important update of the year. You don't need to understand macroeconomics to see how £6,000 could stabilize your life. This isn't speculation, it's happening. The only question now is, will you be part of it? Staying informed is the first step. Verifying your information, submitting the necessary paperwork, and helping others do the same could mean the difference between struggling and living with dignity. If you find this update helpful, take a moment to share it with a friend, family member, or neighbor who might not be as connected online. These policies only change lives if people know they exist. And for once, in a system often marked by silence and delay, retirees across the UK have something to celebrate: real support, real money, and real recognition.